to my channel. Today I want to show you how I made this bracelet. I love it. It's really dainty. And I use just gem duos and 8/0s. And you could definitely try using super duos or Tila beads, or you could try it with any 2-hole bead and see how you like it. But it's very easy, very quick. So if that's something you'd like to see, please hit the like button, come back, and we'll get started. Okay, so for this bracelet, I'm going to use, for my main color, I'm going to use navy blue ones. And then for this accent, I'm going to use the purple or amethyst color. And then for the beads along the side, I'm just going to use this 8/0 silver. Now you could certainly make it any color combination that you like. I kind of liked this one, so I'm going to follow that with 2 different colors. And for the closure, I'm going to need 2 wire guards, 2 jump rings, and I've got an extender clasp and a lobster claw clasp. And what you're going to want to do is thread your needle, and also I'm using 8-pound Fireline in smoke, and I've got a size, you could use 10 or 11 beading needle, and put a stop bead on it, just a comfortable amount of thread, and then pick up an 8/0. Then I'm going to pick up a navy gem duo. And now gem duos, I think I mentioned before, they're curved on one side and flat on the other. I wanted to show you that. So you're going to need to pick them up the same way each time, so that you know, all the raised side is going to be next to each other. So you're just picking up an 8/0, a gem duo, an 8/0, another navy gem duo. And for the gem duos, all I'm doing is I'm putting the raised side up and going through the right hole like that. And my pattern is 2 navy, 1 amethyst, 2 navy, 1 amethyst. So I'm just going to continue on. Pick up another 8/0. Going to pick up my purple color now, and making sure I'm going to go through this right hole so that it sits with the raised part showing next to the navy ones. Okay, and then all you're going to do is keep repeating the pattern. I'm picking up a silver 8/0, then I'm going to pick up another navy, silver, navy, I'm going to drop those down, and basically that's the whole length of the bracelet. You're just going to do that for the whole length of the bracelet. I'm going to pick up another 8/0, going through the right side of that amethyst, an 8/0, a navy, an 8/0, a navy. And this is such a simple pattern. Like I said, you can try it with any 2-hole bead and see what you like. You could also, you know, I've made it in just a single. You can make a wrap bracelet very easily out of this. I'm going to pick up 8/0, purple, bring those down, and see how all of my beads are either the raised side, or if I turn it over, it's the flat side. Okay, so I'm going to do that for the length of my bracelet, then I'll come back and go on to the next step. Okay, I've got the length of my bracelet, and this bracelet's going to be about 6.5 inches. And I've added my last 8/0 on this side, like that, right here. And I'm going to pick up my wire guard now. Picking it up so that the right side, I'm going through the right side first. I'm going to pull that through. And you're just going to go through the other side of that wire guard. Like that. And then you're going to pull through, making sure the thread is on in between the grooves of the wire guard. And what you're going to want to do is pick up another 8/0 and go through the other side of that gem duo. Okay, and your beads are going to flop back and forth, but just kind of straighten them. And I'm going to add one more 8/0 right there in between these two gem duos like this. And I just want to reinforce that wire guard. So I'm going to head around and reinforce before I start going through the other side, adding the 8/0. So I'm coming out of this side of this gem duo. I'm going to just hop over here, up through the 8/0, up through the gem duo, and then I want to go up through the 8/0. It's not that easy to see, I know. The 8/0, and the side of that wire guard again. Because you always want to have 2 passes on your wire guard. Then I'm just going to go down through that 8/0 again. You can either go make 2 steps like I'm doing here, then I'm going to go straight through the other side of that gem duo, the 8/0, and the other side of that next gem duo, like that. And then, like I said, they're going to be flopping around a little bit, but that's just the nature of it. And all you're going to do is put an 8/0 between each gem duo. So pick up another 8/0, go through that gem duo, the other side of it, pick up an 8/0, go through the next gem duo like this. And you're just going to do that all the way down. Pick up another 8/0, go through that next gem duo, pick up another 8/0, go through the next gem duo, pick up an 8/0, go through that gem duo, Pick up an 8/0. Go through the next gem duo, and you're just going to do that all the way down the length of your bracelet. So we'll get that done, then I'll come back and show you the next step. Okay, so I put a 8/0 between each of the gem duos on this other side, and this is what it looks like. So I've just put my last one on. I'm going to add one more because I've got 8/0s before I put on my wire guard. And I've moved my stop bead out of the way, and this is what is left at the end here. You've got the first gem duo that you put on and the 2 8/0s, and you're just going to pick up your wire guard and put it on the same way you did on the other side. Go through the other side of that wire guard, and then you're going to go through that 8/0 and then through the other side, other gem duo on that side, and pull through. Okay, so now this is my tail thread that's still there, which we'll get rid of that in a little bit. But what I want to do is go up and kind of reinforce this first side again. So I'm going to go up some beads. So just keeping the thread path. And sometimes I like to go all the way back down this side again. This depends on how firm the beads are sitting next to each other. I'm going through and just reinforcing. When I feel that I've reinforced enough, I'm just going to tie some 1/2 inch knots. And burn that thread off. So I'm coming out of this 8/0. I'm going to go through a couple more beads and then start tying my 1/2 inch knots and get ready to burn this thread off. Okay, so this is what we have now. I'm just going to burn this off. And then I'm going to thread a needle and sew in the other side, and I'll be back. Okay, so I've threaded this side that my stop bead was on. I took my stop bead off, and I'm coming out of this 8/0. I'm just going to, let's reinforce this one more time. This wire guard. Go through it. And go through the other side. Go down some beads, making sure that that thread is in the grooves there. Now, I mentioned that you should probably reinforce at least twice when you're using wire guard. I meant when you're using thread. When you're using wire, because you can use wire guards with wire, that's what they originally are for. You just need to go through once. I hope that wasn't confusing. So I'm going to go through some more beads, tie some half hitch knots. Go through some more. Got my loop caught here. All right. Okay, and then I'm just going to burn this off, and we'll be back and I'll show you how to put the clasp on. Okay, now we're ready to put the clasp on. Pick up one of your jump rings. I think this is a 5mm. You can use whatever you feel like, if it's 4 or 6. Open that up. Put on your lobster claw. And then go through that wire guard like that. And close that up. And you've got one end on. Let's do the other end. I'll pick up your jump ring, open it up, slip it through one end of your extender chain and through that wire guard, close it up, and this is our bracelet. Okay, so here's what it looks like on with the extender chain. Like I said, you could just kind of experiment with different types of 2-hole beads, whether they're super duos or Tila beads. You could use 11-O's in between here. You could make a wrap out of it. So if you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you'd hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, ring that bell, and you'll be notified of any time I upload a new video. Thank you again for joining me, and I will see you next time.